With Future Saga Chapter 4 coming out in the summer for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, one thing I wanted to look back at was the story mode and potential spoilers of what could occur in this DLC. While it's evident that we'll be getting a new Goku form, one thing I wanted to look back on was that in the final Time Patrol Diaries, there is text blocked, which means that there is something interesting that could be happening in the story mode for the final DLC. For this video, I'm not only going to show off all the Time Patrol Diaries from the perspective of the custom character, but also go over what the text potentially realistically says and alludes to, not only from my perspective, but also using AI. Timestamps are below. First of all, here are the Time Patrol Diaries. So there's both a Japanese and English version of this dialogue tree, to which whatever they say. So for this part, I'm gonna go over what I see and what I think it could allude to. So first of all, for the English one, it says Fu's true. I feel like it might be true motive had to X. I don't know what it says here. It was that he SW, I'm guessing swore. The last one over here for the second row, I feel like it might be guide. And for the last one, I feel like it could be something as like all along. So does that mean like he had a plan all along? Not really sure, but it's really hard just from looking at this, at least from my perspective, it's hard to really read out what he says because they intentionally blocked it. So for this, I'm gonna use AI, Gemini, to pretty much pick up the pieces here and try and figure out what he could be saying. So obviously I will say as a warning, there is no proof that this is accurate. And this is not an evidence that this is 100% true at all. It's still AI, so there still could be hallucinations and errors. But hey man, it's May. We don't have the DLC till June, so what else do you want me to do? Not speculate? No, I'll do what I want. So if we use AI, they believe it says, based on the visual text from the uploaded scroll images in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Fu's motive had to do with what he wanted for us. It was that he swore that he would protect us, okay? It was to save us all along. Their explanation is, this scroll dialogue ties into the overarching themes of Future Saga where Fu's actions, while seemingly chaotic or villainous, are revealed to stem from a desire to protect the Time Patroller from a dark, catastrophic fate that he foresaw. I mean, this isn't out of the realm of possibility, especially because, you know, Fu in Xenoverse 2 isn't necessarily evil, and I believe I did see this in one of the earlier chapters where he wanted to save the Time Patroller. But again, this is AI, so let's kind of like, maybe this has a more thorough explanation. I pieced this together using a combo of image analysis and contextual awareness of the game's narrative. I analyzed the readable fragments peeking through the flame borders of the scroll. Even though parts of the text are obscured, keywords like Fu, motive, and was are clearly visible. The visible fragments match the branching narrative of the Future Saga storyline in Xenoverse 2, specifically where Fu's nature and experience and relationships with the Toki City Time Patrol story arc is laid out. So yeah, that's one interpretation. Again, I'm just gonna say that this is not a 100% fact, but at least it's something to discuss. Now let's look at what the Japanese version apparently says. At least according to him, this was like a translation of the Japanese version. I want to know Fu's true motive. Will we be led to where he dropped/fell, the source of all evil/chaos? I don't understand that, but it does show like the differences here. The English and Japanese versions of the scroll dialogue are quite different in tone and focus. While the English version is fragmented and heavily obscured, a comparison of the translations reveals some notable differences. You guys can read the top, I'll just read this. Japanese version/text. I want to know Fu's true motive. Will we be led to where he fell, the source of all/evil/chaos? The Japanese text is much more mysterious and questioning. It places the perspective on the observer, questioning Fu's intentions rather than excusing them. The phrase, the source of all evil/chaos, casts a more ambiguous or sinister shadow over Fu's experiments, treating them as the root of the timeline distortions. I mean, hey, I think that's very likely, of course. Let's see, what else? I guess we can look at the Japanese version for ChatGPT as well. They seem to think Fu's true nature power is what I want to know. After he falls, will he be guided to the source origin of something? So the Japanese version seems to be less of a direct statement and more like a prophetic question or observation. It's asking what Fu really is, or what Fu's true power/nature is, and whether his fall will lead him toward the source/origin of something. Yeah, I don't know. And then I guess we can try and see what they say for the English version, but even ChatGPT for this is just stumped. they can't really conjugate a complete sentence from it. But yeah, this is just us, like, I guess just looking around, just trying to see what it could really mean. So what I personally think and I'm hopeful for is that for the ending of like around the middle to the end of Future Saga Chapter 4 is a story DLC. It's probably going to be very emotional, and obviously no kidding, since Fu has been with us for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 for years, and he's definitely different compared to at least the anime Heroes version. So I could see this being a lot more emotional, and maybe kind of like tying in or hinting towards maybe a true final villain for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3, in terms of like kind of like a hint towards what could happen. I don't know, but I don't see there being like a ultimate evil or whoever coming out for Xenoverse 2's final DLC, especially since Xenoverse 3 comes next year. But I do see like a hint towards maybe a final villain, and I mean, Fu could die. I hope he doesn't, but he very well could die or pass away, and he could reveal some type of like, hey, I was just trying to save you all along, which is hinted towards like in the earlier chapters, but it could kind of like be more in depth. But I mean, hey, let me know what you guys think of the dialogues and all of that. Let me know what you think Chapter 4 stories is going to potentially end and lead to, and how do you think it's going to formulate. Anyway, until then, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe if you do, and I'll see you all next time.